Cool Kicks was raided by the LAPD on Wednesday, with the owner Adil Shams and other employees being held at gunpoint and taken into custody. After the raid, Cool Kicks would release a statement attempting to save their business by briefly covering why they were raided, that being, in their words, just in 48 hours, they unknowingly bought stolen sneakers, while reiterating that they do not sell counterfeits and nothing about this raid had to do with counterfeit sneakers. Guys, the shoes may have been stolen, but at least they aren't fake, right? This cover-up seems to be the most common consensus amongst Cool Kicks employees, who have all released their own statements about the situation.
You guys may have heard a lot of rumors going around right now, but just want to let you know, Cool Kicks does not sell fake shoes, fake anything.
Yes, the Cool Kicks warehouse got raided. The situation has nothing to do with some fake shoes or selling fake sneakers or counterfeit items. That has literally nothing to do with the situation whatsoever.
This is hilarious, but a few days later, the LAPD finally released their official statement, basically blowing this entire case wide open. Reports now say that the police seized over $500,000 worth of stolen Nike sneakers from Cool Kicks' warehouse, including more than 2,100 unreleased pairs and boxes of other Nike merchandise. Investigators reportedly traced the shipment through tracking technology inside the stolen pallets, which were believed to be part of the train cargo thefts that have hit Nike shipments across the country. This suggests that the raid wasn't random, and the police likely had been following the trail for weeks, if not longer. Cool Kicks tried to downplay the situation in their response, claiming they'd only been doing business with the seller for 48 hours and was unaware of the status of these sneakers being stolen at the time of the raid. But that story really doesn't add up. Firstly, buying $500,000 worth of unreleased sneakers in just 2 days would be nearly impossible, especially when those shoes haven't even hit the market yet. But if they actually did buy $500,000 worth of unreleased sneakers in just 2 days, well shit, that sounds even worse. If anything, it looks like Cool Kicks backdoored unreleased pairs probably for so much cheaper, something that's not unheard of in sneaker reselling circles, especially bigger names wanting to keep their profits as high as possible. Secondly, when you're talking about $500,000 worth of sneakers, another major red flag would be the prices themselves. If the seller was offering unreleased Nike sneakers at unusually low prices, that alone would signal something was off. No legitimate sneaker source would unload that much high-volume product below market value, unless they were trying to quickly get those stolen pairs out of their hands. The potential of lack of proper invoices, receipts, or supplier documentation would make the deal even more suspicious, especially for a store that's been around as long as Cool Kicks, as a business of that size and reputation should already have strict processes in place. Was this one case of them being lazy and careless, or who knows how long Cool Kicks has been intentionally or not buying stolen sneakers and selling them to their customers as real? It wouldn't make sense for them not to cover their bases on such a massive purchase, especially for 2,100 pairs of unreleased sneakers. There are only so many ways a store could get their hands on that many pairs before retail launch, which makes this entire situation, both how and from whom they were bought, more questionable and even more laughable. While there's no concrete proof that they knew the shoes were stolen at the time of purchase, it's hard to believe that they didn't at least suspect something if their business deals were happening for more than 2 days. It's also worth noting that unreleased sneakers don't just magically appear in bulk, so any legitimate buyer receiving them in that volume would have to realize something wasn't adding up. Even if Cool Kicks wasn't directly involved in sourcing the stolen inventory themselves, their willingness to overlook red flags, it's not just about whether they knew, it's about whether they chose not to ask the questions they already knew the answers to. Until Adil Shams' court date later this month, the future of Cool Kicks is very well still up in the air, but with major damages to its reputation and business going forward. However, even if the brand somehow manages to recover, its image is already taking more hits from the inside. One of their most recognizable employees, Rami the Icon, instead of addressing the real issue at hand, Rami has felt the need to join my live streams over the span of the past few days, where I was covering and speculating about the current situation about Cool Kicks. On Saturday, he was typing nonsensical, schizophrenic phrases, middle school name calling me, and threatening me in person, saying that I would get gets slapped up. Instead of calling me over the phone, he constantly insisted that I visit Cool Kicks to talk about the situation in person. It's clear that Rami does not like me and took great offense at me talking about his employer and place of work, as if Cool Kicks goes down, so does he. But Rami's desire for attention from me only heightened during my next live stream, where once again, he resorted to basic name calling, ego boosting his small, frail ego, more nonsensical claims, and how much better he is than me, and even weirdly taking aim at the size of my apartment and insulting my girlfriend's looks. The only time Rami directly addressed the raid was to parrot that Cool Kicks doesn't sell counterfeits, and saying that if this situation was so serious, why would he even be in my live stream in the first place? I mean, he was acting like it's all jokes. Yeah, Rami, getting raided for $500,000 with 2,100 pairs of unreleased sneakers is just one big funny prank. He persistently bragged about how everyone in the live stream chats was focused on him, which is so strange for someone with 1.5 million subscribers feel so insecure. I mean, this is just so pathetic from someone of this nature, but really, what do you expect from a fucking sneaker authenticator at a sneaker store? This guy's gonna be unemployed in 3 months. He's gonna have to go back to flipping burgers. And it's so funny. He calls himself an icon. People look up to him as an icon. What is iconic about this?